Welcome to my second video on Forlorn Few, a tile-based board game set in the Wild West. I'm going to assume that you've watched the last video, you kind of know the overview. I'm going to just do my playthrough now. One thing I didn't say in the last video, which is something I really like about this game, it's really tactile. You've got these chunky tiles, you've got these tokens, if you like moving tokens around, and there's cards, and there's lots of things to like about the tactile features. I'm a solo gamer, as you'll know if you've seen any of my other videos. This is a game for 3 to 5 players. So not great for a solo gamer, but before I bought it, I read the rules and I thought, well, and actually I talked to the designers when I went to Oz Comic Con and asked them how much hidden information there was, and they said there wasn't any. Not with the characters anyway. So that made it very applicable for making an automata. But it's kind of tricky with making an automata with a game like this because there's a lot going on. But I like a challenge, and so over the last week I've been playing and refining automata. And this game is based in the Wild West, so I thought, well, I'll base it on a spaghetti western, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that makes a 3-player automata versus me. And to distinguish the different characters, I've got white for good, doing good old Westworld, black for bad, and grey for ugly. And the way I drive it is I have a 9-card deck that I've built. And I was going to zoom that up a little bit. So what happens is, every turn, I'm going to draw one of these cards, and it goes through the 4 main phases: the travel, the gather, the camping, and then the event phase. And if I was the good player, I would travel right. If I was the bad player, I would travel to the player. If I was the ugly player, I would travel towards the good. The arrow is only used if you're ravenous, and that gives if you need to ask the question of the deck which way someone should go, there's little arrows on each one. There's certain actions that will happen depending on whether you're good, bad, or ugly. These have been balanced, so the good player works with the player. The bad player tries to attack and combat the player, and the ugly player just makes a run for the exit and basically does kind of random things. Everyone draws an event card, and then I've got a little thing at the bottom. If I have ravenous, they have to pick someone, good, ugly player, good. You just go from left to right, and that gives you a randomization. So you get a bit of randomization from the deck in terms of movement, and it basically tells you what you need to do. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have a game, and you can see how it works, and whether you like a 9-card automata. There's a couple of other rules. I'm going to upload this on Board Game Geek when I've done this. It's only, I think the actual, here's my game sheet. I've got like a half a page of clarifications and then some worked example. So 1 page for the cards and 1 page for the thing. Let's go. So I start, first person token, and first thing I've got to do is weather. So we turn our first weather card. Oh, I should say all the rules for the player, nothing's changed. You are playing it as normal. There are no special rules, no changes for your player. So for those of you that like that, that might be good for you too. You just play it like any normal turn against 3 opponents. Okay, so we've got to put some stuff in the bag. So 3 food, 1 water, and 4 broken wheels. And then the seasonal effect is we place an equipment card face down on each of the following tiles. These are freebies if you can get there first, which is always good. Okay, so that one's not too bad. Okay, so that's start, weather, and then it's my turn. Travel phase, got to get on. I'm going to move my first tile. I'm going to try and get that bit of equipment, so we will go here. What's this one? Oh, it's a trading post. Don't really need that at the moment, so I'll move there. I'll put myself down so you can, well, you can probably see me okay. I know, I'll put myself down so you can see me properly. So I've got to pay 2 food. I've only got 1, so I have to take a hunger. and then a lumber in first, water. Not too bad. Like I say, there's a lot of type ones moving about, but that's tactile. Okay, so now gather phase, I get to use my tool bonus, so I get a free piece of wood, lumber, and then I can either do a gather or I can explore. I'm gonna roll to gather, and I get a 1. So I can gather one thing. I'm gonna gather some food, because then when I'm in the camp phase, I can recuperate, get rid of my hunger, and do I want to trade? I'm going to do the trading action because I might get a pistol. So you draw 3 cards, and yeah, there we go, there's a pistol. It's tricky, yeah, I can't afford this. So I can spend 1 lumber resource, cost me 1, the pistol's worth 1. It is so useful to have a weapon. It is the Wild West, things are wild. Okay, so that's my don't want to combat anyone, or do I? The danger with combating is they can you can lose stuff. But I'm going to combat the bad player, the widowed heiress, because I've got my pistol now. So I get 2 dice, and she only gets 1 dice. Oh, I get 2, and gets nothing. So I get to get 2 things. So I could either take 2 resources, or I could steal her water keg. I'm going to steal the water keg. Equipment is so useful. They're bad. Looks like I'm badder. Okay, now we do event. Draw 3 tokens from the exploration bag. Place 2 on my board and 2 on someone else's board. That's not too bad, because there shouldn't be too many bad things in here. So I grab 3. 1, 2, 3, and I get, oh well, I guess I'm getting the food. And should we put the boot into the bad character here? Why not? Let's break the wheel. Then I'm done. So now I've got another token that I've added. This helps me keep track of whose turn it is. So it's the good player. So we draw a card, and good. It's got to stay there. Okay, good for them. They get their tool bonus, which they don't have any tools, and they're going to gather 1. So they don't roll dice. The card will tell you how many they gather. They are on a place that doesn't have any gathering, which is a bit sad. It's probably the problem of getting the stay here action. So I guess I'm going to, sometimes when you get automata, you've just got to make it up. I'm going to do a draw for them, because they'll do something. Oh, they get a broken wheel. Then they're going to trade with the bad. So they're going to trade 1. So I do that by order. So the 1 slot would be meat for meat. So that's not going to be a problem. If they were at a trading post or the town, they get a free. So they get a free piece of equipment. Or they get another pistol, which just gets discarded, which is a bit of a shame. And then they get to draw an event as well. Choose a traveller and give them up to 3 ailments from your player board. Well, that's handy. So we have to pick a player. We draw a card. Ugly gets it. So Ugly is going to take that. And then they draw 2 from the bag. And they get food and another one of those. Right, let's see what Bad's going to do. Bad is going to travel to wherever Ugly is. This kind of happens at the beginning. There's always going to be a bit of clumping. Then they're going to get their tool bonus, but I stole that. Then they're going to explore for 2. I'm going to run out of stuff from the bag. Never had that before. Okay, so that and another water. Then they're going to combat the player. Well, that was expected. And they get nothing. And I get 1. So I'm going to steal one of their water. Thank you. Then they're going to combat the good player, which is probably going to get bad. So that's, oh, they get a 2, and the good player's got a pistol. It gets a 3. The bad player is very bad. So they would steal all of those. And then we draw an event card. Make a combat roll. Okay. And on a 1, ooh, they get 2 hunger and 2 broken wheels. Nasty. So they get 2 broken wheels. I'll come back to that in a minute. And 2 hunger. Bad is having a very bad game. So, if you saw my other video, you'll know that you can sacrifice companions to get rid of ailments. That's a little bit too hard to automate. So the way that I do it is that every time they lose a companion, like they have now, they reset back to 1. So it gives them a little less chance of all their companions getting killed so fast. Whew. Bad is having a very bad game. Okay, Ugly is going to move right. Hooray! Whenever they move towards New Haven, right, they go to somewhere that's unexplored. That's a bit more interesting. So Ugly is going to go to there, and that's going to cost them 3 of anything. So that clears those off. Then they're going to gather for 2, and they prioritize top down or ailments. And so they've got an ailment, so they'll grab some Lubma. Then they will recuperate, so they'll get rid of that. They will try and trade with the bad. Bad's got nothing, so that's not going to happen. They're not at a trading post. They draw an event card. Choose another traveller. Swap an equipment card from your supply with an equipment card from their supply. Okay, so let's draw. So it would be good. We go left to right. So that was a bit of a good for Ugly. They get a pistol. Pistols are always handy. Oh, and then they have to draw 1 out of the bag. And I don't have anything in the bag, which has never happened before. You know what? I'm going to refresh it with 1 of each, based on spring. Give it a shake. Maybe I need an errata. Okay, they got the top. They got the broken wheel. Okay, so we've done a full turn. First player token moves to the good player. Then we start again. We do the weather. Spring. We get 3 water, 1 lumber, 4 hunger. And what's going to happen here? Place food tokens on these 2 tiles. Okay. And then we carry on. So Good draws a card. Good is going to travel right. Right, so now there's a choice. If it was unexposed, they would go for that. You draw another card. And I got a down arrow. So they're going to go down. So they have to use 2 food, 1 lumber and 1 water. So they're actually doing really well. They're going to do their tool bonus, so they've got a snare, so they're going to gather a free food. They're going to gather 1. They've got an ailment, so they will, maybe I should put all these down so you can see who they are. They'll grab 1 of those. Then they will recuperate, get rid of their ailment. They will trade with Ugly, which they are in range, so I do it from slot 1 to slot 1. And they are at a trading post, so they get one equipment for free. And they get a holster. So that's got to knock on the head that one. And they draw an event card. You may discard one value to draw an event card. I think they would, because equipment is handy. And they get a pistol. So they're gearing up. Then we move that and we're on to the bad. The bad is going to move right. We don't know which way they're going to go. They are going to go down the party. And that's going to cost them 2 hunger. Uh-oh. I think they're going to go ravenous. One of those and a lumber. So they lose another companion. And we just zero that off. They don't have any tools. They're going to explore for 1, which is not a good thing. Oh, get some water. Then they're going to recuperate, combat the player. I've got nothing to lose now, so they're going to get a 1, and I've got a pistol, and I get a 1, so nothing happens. Then they're going to combat Ugly. They're in range. Ugly's got a pistol as well. We've all got pistols. Bad gets a 1. Ugly gets a 1. Nothing happens there. Then they draw an event card. Choose another traveller on your current tile and initiate combat with them. Okay, so then we need to decide whether it's going to be me or self-made entrepreneur. We need to reshuffle our automata, and it is Ugly player good, so it's me. So they're going to combat me for a 1. Oh, I get a 0, and so they're going to take my pistol because that's the best valuable thing. Oh, that turned out bad for me. That was their turn. Ugly. Okay, they are going to travel to where the bad is. So they're actually going to get up. Oh no, they're going to... Big happy family travel together. And that's going to cost them 2 food. 1 water and 1... Well, it's kind of a bit of a mess for where it started, because the goods stayed where they were, but once I get going, it'll spread out. Okay, they get their tool bonus, which they don't have. They will gather 3. So they can have lumber or food. Okay, so they're going to take 2 food and a lumber. And then they're going to recuperate, so they're going to get rid of 1 of those. And 2 food. Ultimately, this is about whether I can get to the end without these others in the way. They're in a trading post, so they're going to get 1 free item, and they get a water keg. And then they draw an event card. Another traveller receives 2 broken, so that will be player. Oh, good. So I get 2 broken wheels. Thank you for that. Then they've got to draw 1 out of the bag. And they get a hunger. Huh. Then it's my turn. I want the free equipment, because it is an axe, which I already have, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, so I'll move to here. I have to get rid of 3 things, so it's easy. I guess I will try and gather and get nothing, so I get to draw from the bag of Stag of the desert. Okay, I get some food. That's not too bad. Oh, I should have got my tool bonus, so I get a water and a wood. Then I recuperate. I get rid of one of my broken wheels. And I don't think I want to combat because I could lose stuff. And everyone else has got guns. So that's probably not a good idea. I'm not going to trade because they don't trade with me. Event phase. Okay. You may search the equipment for a pistol and add it to your supply. Thank you very much. I'm going to go through the discards as well. So I've got a pistol and then I've got to draw one. So we've all got guns. Well, that's going to make life. Oh, and I get some lumber. Okay, so then, because we're moving to the self-made, that means it's the end of the game round. First player moves, and we're off again. New weather. Last day of spring. So let's add some more stuff to the bag. And seasonal effect. Add some water tokens. Now bad's got to go. Bad is going to stay there. Okay. Tool bonus, they'll gather 2. They're going to go for a food and a lumber. Then they are going to recuperate. Basically, they burn off all their resources because then when they combat the player, they've got nothing to lose. So they will roll a 1, and I will roll. Oh no, they've got a pistol, so they're going to roll 2 dice. Oh, doesn't count, doesn't fall. So they get 2, and I roll 2, so nothing happens. Then they got to combat good. It is a bit of a shootout. So bad's going to get 3. Good is going to get 2. So they're going to lose 3 things. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Actually, you know, that's the way it works. That gets discarded. You know, good for the widow, not for anyone else. Then we have an event card. Discard equipment card. That's a bit of a shame. They would get rid of the snare. Oh, it's got more value. No, actually, left to right. Bye-bye pistol. That is a shame. Okay, so Ugly is going to go right. So they're going to head off this way. And any 3, which they haven't got. So they will take it evens. They got a tool bonus, so they've got a water keg. And they'll gather for 2. So they'll grab a food and a lumber. They'll recuperate, so they'll burn off some elements. Then they're going to trade with the good player. They've got nothing to trade, so that's not going to happen. They're not at a trading post, and so they will draw an event card. Choose another traveller, steal up to 2 value from their supply. And they would steal from the bad. Guess they're going to have another snare. And then they've got to draw 1 from the bag. Oh, they get some food. Handy. Okay. Then it's my turn again. I'm looking really good. I want to get away from this bunch. I'm going to head up this way. I'm going up here. So 2 food, 1 and a hunger. one water and one, so that's not too bad. So if I go up there, I could get some good stuff. Then I'm going to try and gather. Oh, I should get my free stuff. So I get a wood and a water. And I gather for one. And I'm going to have some food. I can get food from this one. So then I will recuperate. Looking good. And then I'll do my event cut. Ooh, roll a die. Get a 1. Oh, I get some food. Thank you. Okay, that's me done. Self-made entrepreneur, good. The good stays there again. That's, oh well, I did shuffle it, didn't I? So the good's going to stay there. They're going to get a tool bonus, which they don't have. They're going to gather for 1, which is take the top 1. Oh no, they'll go they optimize. Then they will trade with the bad, but the bad's got nothing. They are at a trading post, so they get a free axe. And then they draw an event card. Choose another trail inverter to have 2 hunger. So that would be player. Thanks, good. And then they've got to draw one from the for the bag. And they get a broken wheel. Okay. Then we're on to that, so it means we have to move to there. And we're in a new season. More stuff for the bag. Yeah, 3. So now we're into summer. It's getting hot. Okay, place 1 wagon damage on each of these token tiles. Well, that's going to make life a little bit harder at the end. And now it's ugly. Ugly's going to go right. So where is ugly? Ugly's there. They got a choice. You know what? Sometimes you just got to play. What would a player do? And players got a choice. They would go for this one because they get a free equipment card. And they get an axe. Ooh. Choices. They're full up with tools, so you can only have 2. So that one goes to the bin. Bit of a shame. Movement, they've got 2 food, so that's 1 and a hunger. 2 water, so that's 2 thirsts. And 1 lumber, which is a broken wheel. But they're, we've still got all our companions. No one's ravenous yet. Tool bonus, they've got food and water. Food and water. Then they are going to recuperate. Food and water. They're going to try and trade with the player, but they can't because we're out of range. They don't get anything for free, so they then have an event card. Choose another traveller. Oh, that's nasty. And that would be the bad. Is going to get a thirst and a broken wheel. Not unhappy about that. Then it's my turn. So do I go up and get the free water? Or do I just make a run for it? I guess it's only an extra 1 and I could get some good stuff. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go up. That's a trading post. So that's handy. I get the water. But it's going to cost me 1 food. 3 water. So I'm going to have to take a thirst and 1 lumber. So you have to take one of those as well. Not too bad. Okay, so I've got an axe and water. So I get some lumber and some water. I don't need to go shopping because I've got my pistol. I'm happy with that. I'm going to recuperate. What I don't have is food. That might come back to bite me next round. Okay, event card. Choose another traveller. They receive 2 thirsts. Who do I want to be mean to? I want to get the ugly. Ugly's biggest threat. So they can have 2 thirsts. Then I've got to draw 1. So that's going to kill off one of their companions. I could have gone for the bad, but you don't want people to be too ravenous, because ravenous is dangerous. And I get a water, so that's not so bad. Food would have been better. Okay, they're good. Oh, still staying there. It's because I'm shuffling. I think there's only 1 stay here, so he's been he's going to get left behind. Tool bonus. He's got an axe. He's going to gather for 1. He's going to trade with the bad. The bad has nothing. He's at a trading post, so he's going to get free equipment. He gets a water keg. And then he's going to draw an event card. Roll a die. Maybe I'll just roll it here. You can trust me. I get a 1, which is 2 broken wheels. This was a very bad one. 1 broken wheel, 2 broken wheels, or a dead companion. Right, bad. What are you going to do? You're going to move? You're going to move towards the player. Any 3. They got nothing. So you can take 1 of each. 1, 2, 3. They've got no tools. They're going to gather for 3. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So they'll basically recuperate 1 of each. So that's pretty good for them. Then they are going to combat the player, which they can't, which is lucky. They're not at a trading post. They'll have an event card. Choose another player. Oh, you both receive hunger and wheels. And it's going to be me, player. So I'll get a hunger and a wheel, which isn't great, but you also get a hunger and a wheel. Share the pain. Okay, that means it's the end of the round. We're off. Summer. Still got a way to go. Okay. 2 lumber. 3 hunger. And 3 those ones. Place 1 bag draw token on each. So you have these bag draw tokens. If you land on that, you have to draw something from the bag. And that's going to go there and there. Could be good, could be bad. My turn. I don't know, do I sacrifice? Because I could sacrifice and get rid of... Yeah, maybe I will. I'm going to sacrifice 1 of my companions to get rid of 4 ailments before I move. Because when you're a player, your ailments don't clear. And so I could lose a whole lot. And it was very lucky that I did, because I'm going to take it anyway. Ouch. So I've got a snare. So I want to keep that. I do. What does that get me? That gets me food. I'm going to throw out my axe. Okay, I get the free water. And now I've got to pay 3 food. 1, 2, and I've lost another companion anyway. I lose 1 water. And I lose food's a real problem. Okay, so I'm going to use my snare and my water keg. At least I can get food now. Then I'm going to recuperate. See, now that's blocked. So every 3 I will lose a companion, which would be bad. Event card. Choose another traveller on your current tile or an adjacent tile. Well, that's not going to happen, but that's better than nothing. The good. You're going to move. Hey, you're going to go towards the player. So that's going to cost you 3 of something. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to get a tool bonus. So you're going to get you've got an axe and water. You're going to explore for 1. Get some more food. Then you're going to trade equipment with the player, but you're too far away. You're not going to get free stuff. You're going to get a counter card. Choose another player. You both receive bad things. And it's going to be the good player, but you're not going to give it to yourself. So it's going to be me, the player. So I'm going to get a food and a thirst. That's not good. And you're going to get a food and a thirst. Oh, nasty. Right, the bad. Stay there. There's a lot of staying around, which is statistically abnormal. Tool bonus, they don't have any. Gather for 2. They're prioritized based on what they need, because then they would recuperate. And then they are going to combat the player, but they're too far away, so they're going to combat with the good. They've got nothing to lose. Oh, the good doesn't have a gun either. So the bad gets nothing, and the good gets a 2. Nothing to steal, nothing to lose. Choose another traveller on your current tile and initiate combat with them. Round 2. Oh, 2 versus nothing. I'll have your axe, thank you very much. Okay, and then it's the ugly is going to go right. They're going to go up or down. It's hard to tell. So let's see what the cards say. Okay, that's a up arrow, even though it's pointing the wrong way. We're just going for up or down. So they'll go to this one. And they'll get the free food. It's going to cost them 1 food, 1 water, and 3 wood. 1, 2, 3 would blow them out, so they've lost another companion. Okay, ugly. They're going to get their tool bonus, so they've got a snare and a water keg. They're going to explore for 2. 2 out of the bag. So the cards are to minimise dice rolling. You don't want to have to do so much dice rolling. So they get another ailment and some wood. Then they'll recuperate, so they will get rid of all of those. They'll combat the player, but we're too far away. They weren't at a trading post, so they will then get an event card. You may add 1 companion or 2 water. That is a choice. I think they're going to go for the 2 water because they've got 2 ailments. Oh, actually, that doesn't happen yet. They'll get the 2 water and they can use it next round. What would they? 1 companion. Yeah, I think they'd go with the 2 water. Then they draw 1. Oh, broken wheel. Then, boom. Change of season. It is last day of summer. 2 water. 3 hunger, 3 broken wheels, and place 1 drawback token on each of these. Okay. And it's good. What you're doing. Good is going to go right. So they're going to go down here because they prioritize. And it's going to be 2 food, 2 water, and a lumber. They've got a tool bonus, so they'll get some more water. They'll gather for 1. What do they need? They need water. They can get water from here. They'll recuperate. And then they will trade with the ugly, but they're close enough, but they have got nothing to trade. And they're not at a trading post, and so they will have an event card. Make a combat roll. I get an X, and a companion perishes. Ironically, that's the first one for the good player. Okay. Bad. Oh, going towards the player. Ooh. Okay, so you're going to take 2 hunger. 1 thirst and 1 broken wagon. They are going to get a tool bonus, so they've got an axe. They gather for 1 and they need food. They will then recuperate. And then they're going to trade with the good. They've got nothing to trade. They're not going to get any free stuff. So they are going to choose another traveller to receive 2 wheels. That will be the ugly player. Oh, and then you get 2 logs. Oh, that's nasty. That's got to be theft. Okay, ugly player. It's going to go right. Up or down, up or down, up or down. Let's have a look. Actually, because they're equal, but that one's got a bad one on it, I think they would go this way. They're going to win again. They won the last game. The ugly is prioritised for moving. Okay, so they've got to do their payment of this first, so they're going to take 2 hunger. They're going to take a thirst. They're going to take 2. Well, 1, which will then kill off one of their companions. And then they have the other one. That gets them there. Then they've got the draw token that is on the tile. And they get some lumber. 4. Then they do their tool bonus. So they've got a snare for some food and a bit of water. They then gather for 3, but there's only water there. And they can only have up to 6. But you can throw stuff out. But I don't think they'd be throwing anything out because they need all of that. Then they'll recuperate. 1, 2, 3. Which is good. Then a food. And then a lumber. Yeah, pretty good. Combat the good, but we're miles away. And they're out of trading post, so they get a free piece of equipment. And they got a toolbox, so they can carry another extra tool. So they're really full on event. Choose another traveller, and it's going to be the good. And they're going to get a thirst and a broken wheel. And you're also going to get a thirst and a broken wheel. That's good. And it's my turn. I have to make tracks, otherwise, here, let's, hopefully we won't die. I'll turn ravenous anyway, so let's go down here. Oh, well, it's not too bad. So we take one, oh, we'll lose one companion. Oh dear. For my food, I'm going to lose one water. And, oh, this isn't good. 3 wood. 1, 2, and another companion's dead. And I've got to draw from the bag. And I'm dead. Easy as that. That was, so I am now ravenous. So we've gone from a solo automata to a 4-player automata. Well, I guess I can decide who I try and kill off. So I've now gone ravenous, so I get a hunger. So I have to, next turn, the only way I can win now is by killing off all the other characters. Or making sure we all lose. Okay, anyway, didn't think that would happen. I've never been ravenous before. Okay, so that was the end of the round. We're now into full. I can show you how fast things can go horribly wrong. Usually I get a bit closer before I die. But then, you know, that means it's still got room for improvement. Place 1 bag token on either of these 2. Okay. So who's up now? It is the bad. They're over there. They're going to go to the right. Yeah, I can get them whichever way they go. So I'll draw a card. They're going to go up. You make my life easy. Makes no difference. Okay. So they're going to lose one of those, a water, and 3. 1, 2, 3. But they made it. Tool bonus, they got an axe, so they have wood. They gather for 2. 1 of each. That's all they can gather. They recuperate. I think I've got one of those as well. Combat the player, they can't do that. They're not at a trading post. Have an event card. You may discard 2 value to steal equipment from another traveller. Yeah, oh, actually. You may discard at least 2 value to steal equipment. I think they would. I think they would discard that to steal the pistol. Because they've got a ravenous player about to attack them. Right, and they have to draw 1. And they get one of those. Bit more first. Ugly. Oh well, if Ugly can make it out, we might even have a winner. Rather than us all being losers. Okay, Ugly is going to go right. Okay, so they are going to go to food. Hunger. 3 water. 1, 2. 1, 2. Dead. They're in trouble too. They're on to their last. And they have to have 1 lumber. Oh, that could be horribly wrong because they picked up another one and that's going to kill them off. Why not kill them? They're going ravenous as well. So doesn't bode well for the rest of them. Right, you are ravenous, and you get a hunger token, and you are on a trading post. And you can't stay on a trading post when you're ravenous, so we draw one of these, and you're going to move up to there. And you're going to get another hunger because you moved. Hungry. Then it's my turn. Yum. I'll move there and combat. So I roll a 2, which is pretty good. And they roll a 1. So I get to kill one of their companions. I get to get rid of my hunger, and then I get to move. I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm going to move there, and I get hunger back because I moved. Okay. Where's the good going to go? The good is going to go towards the player, which obviously isn't going to happen. So we'll see where else they're going to go. They're going to go towards the bad, which is up. Okay, and that's going to cost them 2 food, 1 water, and a dead companion. Did I say this was a hard game? They get a tool bonus, so they're going to get some water. They're going to explore for 1. Ooh, and get a food, which is another dead companion. And then they're going to recuperate as I get rid of one of their thirsts. And then they're going to trade with the player, but the player's ravenous. They're not going to get anything for free. They're going to draw an event card. Choose another traveller. Select equipment in their supply for them to discard. Well, I guess it's going to be that one. Sorry, good. And then draw one. And they draw a broken wheel. Right, bad, what you're going to do? You're going to go towards the player, which isn't going to happen because you're not going to go towards the ravenous. Oh, that's right. I think I had that in my rules. They then go right. So they're actually going to go to this one. If you can't go towards the ravenous player, you're going to head to the exit. That makes more sense. Forgot about that. Okay. It's got to be all over. Oh, it's got to be really all over. Okay, so they're going to take a food, and then they're going to take 3 water. So 1, dead, 2, 3, and then a wood, and they draw a token. So if they draw first, they're ravenous as well. And we get, food. Oh, that'll do. Right, and now you're ravenous as well. That's the end of their turn. That means the ugly player is going to go towards 2 to the good player and attack for 2 dice and get a 1 versus a 1. So he gets driven off and they will go back this way and get another token. They're close to perishing, those ones. Then it's my turn. I guess I should do what we've got to do. I'll attack for 1 and get a 2. They will defend for 2. I'll jump back there and I will get another. Oh, I forgot where we started. Where did that come from? Must have been on there. Can't have been. Maybe it's the good player. Oh, no, that's for me. Okay, so we're back to good. I don't know where that came from. Did a good player? No, I lost my token. Probably was there. Okay. Where are you going to go, good? Oh, this would be funny. So, I'm supposed to go towards the player. No, I think I did that, didn't I? Because that was where I made the mistake and they went up. Yeah, that's fine. So that means the token must have been there, which means we move the token to there, which means we do another season. You've got to control your tokens. Okay. We'll play this out. Okay. Place one drawback token on each of these tiles. Worst case scenario, you get to see how the board ends up looking. Okay. Full. We didn't even get to winter. Ravenous bad player, 1, 2, is going to attack for 1 dice and get a 1. The good player is going to defend for a 0. There's 1 dead. And where are they going to go? They're going to go up here. Then it's Ravenous. They're going to attack for 3. So this is where you really need a pistol. Ooh, got a 2. So if the good gets a 2, they survive. And they get a 1. So we're all over. We're all dead. Anyway, got quite a lot of the board done. I made some bad choices, so died. We all went Ravenous. We all perish in the desert. Anyway, that is a rather long game of my solo automata, which I'm going to upload very soon to Board Game Geek. We are Forlorn Few. Don't forget to subscribe and like.